Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have the Sealed with a Kiss Valentine's Day collection available now from Sassy Pants Polish. I will link Sassy Pants Polish's storefront as well as social media down below. These were sent to me for review, and I'll go ahead and get into the swatches. So first up is French Kiss, and this is described as a slightly muted dusty pink cream polish. So this is a very classy pink. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how French Kiss swatched on my natural nail. I will say that the formula on most of these is bordering on being acrylic. It's not super sheer, it just has that squishy feel to it. So here is one easy coat. This polish does an amazing job at self-leveling. I can still see just a hint of nail line here, so I'll let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is my second coat. I ended up kind of inadvertently going in for a thicker second coat. It's just kind of how this polish applied for me. It does bring this one completely opaque and it dried down super incredibly glossy. So here is a look at that completed mani before top coat. So you can see this has a very shiny finish. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle under artificial lighting. So next up is Kiss Goodbye, and this is described as an intense coral cream polish. So this one is showing up a little bit more neon on camera than it is. It is a very bright coral polish. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Kiss Goodbye swatched on my natural nail. Again, this does have that squishy, almost kind of corally formula. It went on very smooth and easily at one coat. I can still see a good bit of nail line here, so I'll definitely let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is a second coat. It just builds up really well on itself. Two coats does bring this one completely opaque for me. I don't believe that these are going to be great for stamping. They just have a little bit of that sheer kind of squishy vibe to them. I think this is going to be a great color for summer. So here's a look at that completed mani before top coat. Again, a really super glossy finish. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle under artificial lighting. Next up is Kiss Off, and this is described as a bright watermelon rose cream polish. So this one is showing up again a little bit neon. It is definitely a bright pink. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Kiss Off swatched on my natural nail. So here is one easy coat. This one does go on super smooth, nice and evenly. I had no running or pulling. I can still see a hint of nail line here, so I'm going to work this first coat up and then let it dry and come back in for a second. So here is the second coat, and that flash of color right there is a very true color read. The second coat does build it up perfectly. Just really nice self-leveling polishes. So here is a look at that completed mani before top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle under artificial lighting. So next up is Kiss and Makeup, and this is described as a deep magenta cream polish. So this does give me a little bit of an orchid feel to it. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Kiss and Makeup swatched on my natural nail. So here is the first coat. I am swatching the minis today, so you can see how short the stem is. You do get a nice normal size brush though. This first coat does go on nice and smooth, but you can see that flash of nail line there. So I'll let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat, and this is for sure going to build this one up completely opaque for me. I do feel like it's pretty safe to say that all of the creams in this polish are two-coat formulas. Of course, it's going to depend on your application. So here's a look at the completed mani before top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle under artificial lighting. Next up is Blow a Kiss, and this is described as a lovely lavender cream polish. So this is a very bright but light lavender shade. I'll show you a quick look at that brush shot, and then I'll show you how Blow a Kiss swatched on my natural nail. So here is one easy coat. I do feel like this is one of the more sheer polishes in this collection. It did do a tiny bit of pulling around the edges as well, but it did self-level really nicely. So I'll let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is my second coat. I am going to go in for a nice thick second coat here, and this does build up perfectly in 2 coats for me. So here's a look at that completed mani before top coat. Again, super glossy finish. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle under artificial lighting. Next up is Kiss and Tell, and this is described as a vampy boysenberry cream polish. So this one is a bit deeper than the others. It's a really pretty deep purple. I'll show you a quick brush shot, and then I'll show you how Kiss and Tell swatched on my natural nail. So here is one easy coat, and I'm so sorry for being so repetitive through this swatch and review. I feel like these all pretty much basically have the same formula. It goes on nice and smooth, but a little bit sheer on the first coat. That second coat is definitely going to build it up and bring it completely opaque. So I'll let this dry and go ahead and show you what a second coat looks like. So here is that second coat, and you can see it definitely deepens that color up a bit and brings this one completely opaque. These are very user-friendly. They are a little bit on the thicker side, so you may want to be mindful of that. Here's a look at that completed mani before top coat. Here's a look at my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle. So lastly today I have 2 toppers. This first topper is Love Always, and it is described as a holographic topper. So you can use this in conjunction with any color of polish in your collection. You can do 1 or 2 coats and it's going to add a linear holographic effect to any polish. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Love Always swatched today over black. So I am using Tux Polish Onyx. It's my favorite black cream right now. Here is one easy coat, and you can see how much glitter goes on in just 1 coat. It does have a clear base, so it's not going to silver out too much any of the polishes that you apply it to. At just 1 coat, this does make quite a strong linear holographic effect. You could go in for 2 if you're looking for something a little bit stronger. So here's a look at that completed mani with 1 coat of topper over black. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle. You could use this over a lighter color, but you're going to get the most color payoff over a darker one. So the last topper today is Forever Yours, and this is described as a chameleon red to purple shifty shimmer topper. Again, you're going to get a really good color payoff over a darker color, but you could put this over anything. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Forever Yours swatched over black today. So again, I'm using Tux Polishes Onyx as my base here. I'm going to go in for just 1 coat. So you can see that even with this first swipe, you do get a good amount of color shift, and it almost looks like it's full of tiny, tiny color shifting flakies. So 1 coat does make for amazing coverage. I caught a lot of the blue in the shift here, but it definitely does go purple around the edges. Here's a look at that completed mani before top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle. So if you'd like to see more photos, including macros of each of the toppers over each of the creams, I do have those available on my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. I will link Sassy Pants Polishes information down below. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.